Folks, come on over. Hey, I promised the living room next, and we are going to see the new fireplace and the secondary tree in the living room right here on my take on Home and Garden. Well, guys, if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what is. Maybe this will get you going. Here is our secondary large tree in the living room. And I'm going to show you the tree I'll put together with 600 lights, mini lights, in the warm tone. The theme for this tree this year is all about plaid. Plaid, red and green, gold, and a little bit of white. And you see, I got a little snow on my shirt, so I fit right in. There it is. You can get a size comparison, and it is a 7.5 foot tree. Flock, spruce, needle tree. And I'm going to show you everything I want to use on this tree today. I've got some gold picks, not too much left, but we'll get around to that here in a second. Let you get a good look. This is all fluffed out, of course, and just as even as I can get it, and that always takes the longest. But it's so worth it if you do it right. Before you start decorating the tree, as you know, you pros out there, it'll be all worth the time. Then a vacuum, of course, and here's some gold poplar leaves, some laurel leaf picks to put in that tree and help spice it up. We have some beautiful gold, kind of a fern left, believe it or not. There's a couple left from all the vases and arrangements. And we're going to come around and show you what I want to use on this tree. And what I might use, okay? Because I'm going with sage green in this room, I got to watch the use of red here, because I just want a little pop, but this one will have a little more because of the plaid theme. Here's some specialty ornaments with some holly and berries. We'll get rid of that glare so you can see. Love those. And then, of course, another variety. Just like part of the family, those. I've taken a couple of specialty ones out of the peacock ornament sets, and the wonderful Polish ornaments. There's vintage, but I decided those vintage icicles are going to go on our vintage tree later on. Red and gold candles, and here's the beautiful new sets from your local Hobby Lobby. We had only like one each, and then the after Christmas sales, we got a couple more. Love those. So that's what we're keying off of as well. I'm going to show you lots of ribbon, and we're going to have some cardinals in here. I think I'm going to use some of the smaller cardinals and not overdone, because I want that green dominant to go with the main tree I'm going to do later on. We're going to see that coming sooner than you'd think. And they're wonderful. Half a dozen set of cardinals. Here's some plaid sets that we've had for years. Love these. They were Michael's years ago. Red and green and red, And here's an off emerald green, and there's a lighter green with the red. Little 4 set of tapers. Always a favorite. Lots of emerald green pulled in to do this tree. Now here's the ribbon in classic tartan style. Green and red with white, white with red and a little bit of green. Lots of choices here, and I did decide not to use the big red, heavy red one. Here's our sweet little collection of plaid things, plaid trees with cones, plaid gifts, ornaments. And if you've been with us, you've seen them before. Little boots with plaid. All right. Quite an undertaking here. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the new fireplace and what I did with it this year. I'm going to talk about things that I added, but we're going to look at the decor first. As you know, the tile front, I couldn't get the white like I have in the other room, and I wanted it more white, so I took care of that. As you can see, no gray here in this house. Castle floor candlesticks that almost touch the hanging frosty holly. As we go up, you can see the lighter sage green pine that I used here with white berries and cones, gold and little spritz of red in the berries and the bells. Love this combination. We'll work our way around and up and get to see holly and berries, little ribbons, gorgeous red bells. And this is one of the new garlands that we picked up this year, accented with everything else that you see. There is the sage green trees from the Hobby Lobby, and oh, I got the remote for the battery operated candles. Put some more light on the top. Our stunning Victorian Santa. I don't see him like this today anymore. Spectacular on the turntable. Art Nouveau style reindeer. And then our sage green trees, the smaller pair from the Hobby Lobby, boosted up on the acrylic lifts. I want to show you that the opposite end looks like the other end. In a formal balance that I love to do on these, everything that's on the other end is on this end as well. Wonderful taper, bells and holly. You can see the multi-tipped garland here. We have bronze pooty candlestick on the Bavarian column in porcelain. Our beautiful French planters, porcelain with an arrangement of pine, skates and bells And here in the darker garland, you can see that I've added the top layer in the lighter large picks with frosty ornaments in the sage green poinsettia here. I love to exaggerate the center and let that frozen branch and holly drop down with a center ornament. You can see there. On the opposite side, a chinoiserie planter, and mimicking the other with the white pine, holly, pine cones, lady skate, deer antler, and horn. Everything is not gonna be matchy-matchy and green in the room. Now I want to show you what I've changed on the fireplace besides the tile front. I picked up a pair of brass andirons from the Daytona flea market at the Francis shop. Solid brass, beautiful, to lift those logs to make them realistic. That's how it should be. Then the plain black fireplace spark arrestor screen that I found at Blue Springs. Oh, there's my remote, and turn on that fiery look, clean and smoke free. While I'm talking about doing my bronzing technique on this black screen, and you know those logs can heat up if you want the heat. And it did cool off here, but we're still not ready for added heat. We have plenty. Loving the change in the temperature and the addition of this fireplace in our living room, especially for what it does for the holiday. Now, our big tree, a collection of gold sparkle trees, an angel by Lennox, the wonderful guardian Santa here in his gear already with the plaid coat. He's ready for cooler weather to go to work. And then my take on a traditional plaid green and red and gold with a little white. Fabulous to add for the holiday. We'll get a good slow sweep of this tree so you can see detail. We're going to have matching bells, red cardinals, red and gold candles, as we said. And I got tired of the same old toppers, so we got a new angel for the top of this tree for this year. She is gorgeous. And we'll link her in the description. New and vintage just makes your heart sing here. The Polish ornaments, German, and even good old USA. Oversized acorn tucked in and around, and I used 3 different plaid ribbons on this tree. Love doing more than 2 elements, and I think it really helps carry the full color of what you're trying to do. Here's a basket, a complimentary added basket arrangement with actual glass kugels with an oversized pine cone and little plaid Christmas trees to accent and complement that tree and that look. On this side of the room anyway. We'll come up here in a second and we'll get to see what we did with something that I showed you in our earlier haul. You know you got a good tree when you got multiple tips and the frosted flocking stays on the tree for the most part. Especially when you're using green. That's a tough color on a green tree, so you can see here that it works out better on a flocked tree. You can see our gold picks, different turban shapes, and as always, the larger ornaments are toward the bottom. And love what I call the tin ceiling ornaments in the old-fashioned white. I like taking you around the whole tree because you can enjoy the different groupings the way it comes out, and each area looks just a little different than maybe the next. Coming around, you can see our cabinet with our red and beautiful emerald green glass left in there for the holiday. Here is ready for winter Santa with his plaid bag, maybe going to the reindeer shed. And there you can see our artichoke vase and the arrangement that I did for you in an earlier video. He's on a turntable as well, and I just love this overall look. The tufted chair. I'm going to come around and tease you a bit on a little bit more of the living room. Here you can see our pillowcases in our shopping haul, and then ones you didn't see with the sage green. I wanted to show you those as well. Then the opposite end table with another turntable and another arrangement in our Holy Family. You'll get to see more of them in the Decorate the Living Room with me. Here's some beautiful battery lighted. I'm not using the batteries because of the turntable light here with the boy and girl holding the mistletoe over to get that kiss in for the holiday. By Avon. And here's a little arrangement I did that you haven't seen with the matching poinsettia in the sage green and the wonderful deer vase. MCM beautiful. And the Holy Family by another tree just for them. We'll see more of that coming up. Guys, in the next amazing, hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a like, a share, a comment. You new folks, Don't forget to subscribe and check out our Etsy store. We'll finish with some beautiful music. Take care and get your ideas on. Take care now. Bye guys. See you soon.